360 West 22nd Street is a very unique co-op in the heart of Chelsea. You're on a beautiful townhouse and large tree-lined block, which is a very important distinction. The lobby feels very modern and updated, much more like a condo actually would feel. It's one of the best co-op buildings in the entire downtown market. And let me show you why. There's 2 elevators plus a service elevator, and the elevators have also been updated, which is important because the building is really well financially run. You can tell that the hallways have a nice width to them so that 2 people can walk back and forth without having to say, "excuse me." And they've also been updated to keep it feeling more modern and up to date. Being that it is a co-op, everybody's afraid of what the building's financials are, but this is a very well capitalized building. So they keep it up to date and really just overall well run. This is apartment 8K. One of the largest 1-bedroom lines in the building. And there are some distinctions to it. So as soon as you enter, you'll notice that you actually have a really nice width in the foyer. And this is important because if you want to put a bench here and leave this whole section as your shoe section, you actually can take New York off before you enter your home. You have some of the largest closets in a building in the city, and the doors go to the ceiling, so you can actually easily access them all the way through. And then the wood floor also goes all the way through. Same thing with the large closet here. Then as far as the living room goes, and we'll come back to the kitchen, but just so you can see the full exposure. The living room gives you this very large dining area, and they have put in this ceiling fixture, whereas most of the time you don't get one here, you only get one above the entryway. So you could put an 8-seater table here. You can also put a regular 4 or 6-seater, which makes it really nice. You also have storage in the back, and we'll show you that. But the distinction here is that you can walk across and around, you can walk around the dining table versus across it. So this is about 7 feet wide in that space. So 2 people can walk back and forth. If you're hosting, you can also get an extendable table to come out here and still have a 3-foot hallway to be able to move. They've also given you storage behind it, as well as under it in different ways. So this is also slidable. It's very smart storage to put all of your Costco shopping, which is something we also don't get to do in New York. In this section, for the living space, you can fit a 100-inch couch from here to there. So it does have a lot of storage and a lot of outlets and a lot of space for seating. This is then your TV wall. And now we're looking north. North-facing apartments are the sleeper apartments in New York City because you're actually, especially when you are above the other buildings, because now you get sky. We can see Hudson Yards, and then we can also see the Empire State Building. Little sliver here, but mostly in the bedroom, so we'll go see that. But the great thing is here is that you have consistent light throughout the day, and yet you never have to close your blinds. If you are lower and you're facing across the street at the buildings, then you feel a little bit more closed in and the southern light is more beneficial. You also have these large trees here so that when you look down, you still get a lot of green. Makes you feel like you're a part of the city versus being above it. And we'll go back to the kitchen. The kitchen here is also very, very smart. So the width here allows two people to be able to walk back and forth across each other without actually saying, excuse me. It is very nice that you have the range and oven on this side so that if you're here chopping and sauteing, you can enter the refrigerator here. And then your sink, garbage disposal, and dishwasher are there. So if you're cleaning, you can be here. And then if you're prepping, you can be over here. So it really gives you a lot of room to function with two people. The kitchen is also solid wood. So if you look at the cabinets, if you wanted to change the color, you could, but it is very clean, it's custom, and all you have to do to update it is the color. Again, lots of storage here. Then this is what people love. Full washer dryer. You can see the sensor just in case there is a bit of a flood. So nice setup here. To have washer dryer in a co-op is incredibly rare and something that everybody actually wants. It's also rare in a condo because typically you'll see that in something that is 1.3 to 1.5 million versus this one you're now priced at $1 million. You do have forced heat and air conditioning coming out of the P-Tech units, and the windows nearly come to the ceiling. That's a nice distinction because this space here is relatively small. That draws your eye out of the space versus recirculating into the space, making it feel like you have to decorate a lot more. Now this transition's great. You do also have a very large linen closet. And then here is the bedroom. This bedroom fit a king-size bed and 2 desks. Here's your view. Again, nobody is looking at you, so it gives you a lot of privacy. And then there we have the Empire State Building. You could easily add a lot more closet space if you wanted to, but you do have a very large space here. So what you could use this for is you could use this for a baby room. You could build it out some and make this into a home office. You could also do anything you need to because it doesn't affect where the bedroom or the king-size bed would go. I also like that if you wanted to, you could make a sliding door here to make this bathroom now feel en suite when you're hosting or have multiple people over. This way you're not looking at the bathroom. It's a nice layout. This has just been renovated. You have a high shower head, good elbow room in the bathroom. And then in the medicine cabinet, you have a defogger and light, and then another medicine cabinet on this side for extra storage. Thank you for coming by. 360 West 22nd Street.